Well, I started out singing in nightclubs.
Really?
Yes.
In New York?
In New York.
What, do you remember what nightclubs?
Yes, I do. Because it was a fluke that had happened. I went to this bar called the Page 3 with a friend of mine. And one of the MCs was there. And we were just goofing off. And I was singing along with what music was going on. And she hired me on the spot. It was very bizarre because I never had worked in a nightclub before.
Do you remember what you were singing? Do you remember?
No. I don't remember.
And then you were hired.
And I was hired to work, but here's the thing about working in nightclubs. When you work in nightclubs, you have to mix with the customers. Okay. The thing is, you're supposed to order drinks so that they make money. I didn't drink when I started out there. I didn't. I had them give me watered down things when I started. That's not how I ended up, though. I can tell you that by telling you about his initial story to me was about his dream that he had, that he wanted to do theater in this way. He wanted a workshop situation whereby he would have actors, playwrights, directors, composers, all working together to create from scratch, which is what he did. He actually did it. He was phenomenal. I mean, he was my kid brother, but he was really a genius, I think. Because all of the productions that we did, The Serpent, Terminal, which is my favorite.
Why is it your favorite?
It's my favorite because it reached a perfect point in its existence. We would work on something and keep working on it, and he'd keep changing it and changing it. And finally, the Terminal became finite as a piece, in my opinion. That's why it's my favorite. No.
What was the process?
No, what do you call a person who is passive aggressive?
Passive aggressive.
I guess passive. He was brilliant in that he never imposed any particular idea on a person or persons in the group. He would just talk about imagery that he had. And somehow, different members in the group would come up and improvise something. Now, then he would shape it. Then he would go ahead and shape that improvisation.
Did he have a playwright that was writing things down, or?
No.
No. How did you keep a record of it?
Just my mother was invited to go to this farmhouse one day to buy fresh eggs, as she loved the idea of getting fresh eggs. They drove out to this farmhouse. The woman whose house it was came out to greet them. Hello, come in, please come in. And my mother loved to compliment people. And she said, boy, this is such a nice house. Just beautiful house, to this lady. And they go inside the house. And my mother's saying, look at the pictures on the wall, it's beautiful. And what's this? This is your daughter? And the woman says, no, that's our Lord Jesus Christ.
And then your mother said,
I didn't recognize him without the beard.
Love that story. Love that story.